Okay, I ran another cable through here. This is the cable for the ignition switch. I'm doing a wide glide conversion, so this cable is going to go up into the top of the tank into the console. So this is the cable run. I had to put extra into the frame along with the main harness. Now the main harness I already pulled out, so I can't really show you how I found the slack in the harness and how I took it apart, but I'm going to do everything in reverse. So there you'll be able to see how I found it and how you take it apart and feed it through the frame and pull out the harness so you can get to these cable connections. Now, when I first took it apart and pulled out the cables, pulled out the harness, all I was able to get out was up to here. That's all I was able to get out, was just up to here. So I did some research and I couldn't find anything or any videos on how to find the slack in the harness so I could get the complete harness out so I can get to these connections. These are the cables that go through the handlebars. So I finally found on my own where the slack was at the end of the cable or the harness. Okay, right here is where your electronic module is. On the other side here is where you put your battery. Well, the slack to the harness is folded in this middle section here between the module and the battery, and you got a cable tie that holds it into place. Now, I read in some places where the actual folding of the harness was actually in the tube, and that was wrong. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to feed that end up. I'm going to feed that end up there, back here, and then I'm going to pull out. This is the cable. I'm going to pull out the slack, and then I'm going to show you how to stick it back in here. But there's like a fold. You have to fold it and twist it, and it'll lay right into this area here, and I can table tie it back together. So I'll be back. Alright, while I was gone, I fed the harness back into here through the frame tube here. And now you can see here's the slack. It's in the harness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this back up into there. What you gotta do is you gotta feed it back in there slowly. back in there fairly easy. Here we are. I put some tape here so I would know where the cable tie is to be. And here is where the rest of these cables get cable tied to. Wasn't that bad. So here, when you take your seat off, you look in here, you'll see this bunch of wires here, and this big thick cable here is your slack in your harness. So what you'll have to do is cut the cable tie, and basically it might be one, might be two, depends, and then you just have to feed it. You just have to feed it back out here and then pull it out from the front slowly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a new cable tie here and tie this in, take this old one out. Alright, there you have it. Got the harness back in there. Nice and neat. I'll just tidy up here a little bit. And then when I get my battery in there, it'll be the same as it was. Now, let's go up front. Okay, what you're going to have to do here is now this plug goes to the other side. Now you see this hole here? This plug goes in here like so. So what? See that hole? What I'm going to do is take a cable tie. I'm going to put it through a little hole, and what that does is you wrap it around the harness up front here, and this holds everything in place so the cable doesn't go back and forth inside. What I'm going to do here now is slip the cable tie underneath all the harness here. And when you tighten up the cable tie, this will be drawn in tight. Alright, let's go to the other side. Okay, can you see the tail? Okay, here's the cable tie. Here's the other end. So what we'll do is push these in like this, like so. Make sure all the cables are the way they need to be. Tighten it up. See how I have it. That keeps everything in place. There you have it. All you do now is cut this off and everything's back to normal. Alright, till next time.